90% of the candidates you interview never hear back from you. Not because you're a bad person, because writing rejection emails feels like guilt homework, so the tab stays open for 3 weeks and then you close it. If you've automated sourcing, screening, and scheduling, but your rejection folder still has 40 unsent drafts, you're not saving time. You're building a candidate blacklist with your own name on it. I'm going to show you the exact workflow I built for a 6-person agency that took their rejection send rate from 20 to 100% on N8N in one afternoon. I build these systems for clients every week. Here's the part every recruiting demo refuses to show you. Let's talk about the step nobody in AI recruiting will demo for you. Every video you've watched about automating hiring shows the same 3 things: sourcing candidates, screening resumes, scheduling interviews. Monday.com, Ashby, every ATS on the market, every YouTube tutorial. Same trifecta, and then the demo ends. The candidate gets a calendar invite and the story stops. But hiring doesn't stop there. For every 1 person you interview and hire, you interview 5, 6, 10 you don't. And those people are sitting in their inbox refreshing Gmail for 2 weeks, waiting for a reply that never comes. That's the gap. That's the unautomated step. And it's the one with the highest ROI. Because it's not about time saved, it's about reputation preserved. Let me give you the real numbers from a client I built this for. Small agency, 6 people, hiring for 2 roles at a time. Roughly 40 candidates a month that reach the interview stage and don't get an offer. The owner told me straight up, I know I should send rejections. I open the draft, I stare at it, I close the tab. 2 minutes of guilt procrastination per email, multiplied by 40. That's 80 minutes a month of pure emotional friction. And the actual outcome was that only about 20% of those emails ever got sent. The other 80% of candidates got ghosted. Meanwhile, the agency was posting on LinkedIn about how much they care about candidate experience. You see the problem? So here's the system I built, and you can copy it. No ATS, no Monday.com license, no 6-month migration project. The whole thing runs on a Google Sheet, N8N, Claude, Telegram, and Gmail. That's it. Step 1 is the data source. 1 Google Sheet. Columns for candidate name, email, role they applied for, interview date, interviewer name, a free text field called interview notes, and a decision column with 3 options. Move forward, reject, hold. That's the entire schema. The hiring manager fills it in after every interview, which they were already doing in a notebook anyway. Now the notes matter, because that's what makes the rejection actually personal, not the fake personal where the email says, "We were impressed by your background." Real personal, where the email references something the candidate actually said. Step 2 is the trigger. N8N watches the sheet. The moment the decision column flips to reject, the workflow fires. It grabs the row, pulls the candidate name, the role, and most importantly, the interview notes. Step 3 is the draft. This is where Claude comes in, and this is where the prompt matters more than the model. The prompt I use is very specific. I tell Claude, you are writing a rejection email from the hiring manager to a candidate who interviewed for this role. Here are the interview notes. Your job is to write 4 to 6 sentences. Thank them for their time. Tell them we're not moving forward. Then, and this is the critical instruction, quote or reference one specific thing from the interview notes that show genuine strength, not their background, not their experience, something they actually said or did in the interview. Then wish them well. No corporate language. No, we'll keep your resume on file unless we actually will. If you can't find something specific in the notes, say so and stop. Don't invent. That last line is what keeps it from hallucinating flattery. If the notes are thin, The email stays generic and short instead of Claude making up a fake compliment. Step 4 is the human gate, because you should never ever let an AI autonomously send a rejection email, ever. One typo, one weird tone, one hallucinated reference to a project the candidate never mentioned, and you've made the ghosting problem worse. So the draft goes to Telegram. The hiring manager gets a message with the candidate name, the role, and the full email body. 2 buttons: send, edit. If they tap send, Gmail fires it from the manager's actual address. If they tap edit, they reply in Telegram with the corrected version, and that version gets sent. 1 tap. 10 seconds instead of 2 minutes. And because it's 10 seconds instead of 2 minutes, and because it's 10 seconds instead of 2 minutes, they actually do it. That's the whole trick. The automation doesn't remove the human. It removes the friction that was stopping the human from acting. Now the numbers after 6 months. 40 rejections a month. All sent, all within 48 hours of the decision. Send rate went from roughly 20 to 100%. Manager time went from 80 minutes of procrastination to about 7 minutes of tapping. 0 candidate complaints. The full N8N workflow, the Claude prompt, and the Google Sheet template are linked in the description. Copy it. Wire it into whatever hiring setup you already have. No ATS migration required. If you want to see the other systems we ship for real clients, everything lives at BizflowAI.io. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so the next build lands in your feed, because the next one is the interview scheduler that refuses to double book. And if you've got a hiring workflow that's leaking candidates or hours, book a free 30-minute discovery call at BizflowAI.io and we'll map what to automate first.